morning, good morning. Just waiting for YouTube to catch up, and so I can mute it. There we go. Morning, everyone. I'll just wait a couple of minutes for other people to come in. And I am working on some flower pots today. Which I crackled one already. Hopefully you can see. Where's my camera? Let me get over here. Crackle. It cracked good. Oh, too close. Where are we? There. So good crackle, which is a good thing. I like crackle. Let's see here. And I'm going to be painting the other three, and I used some just, regular crafty type paint. These were, well, let's see. This one was this paint, which is a folk art in this color. Vintage white. And this one and this one, you can see the turquoise on the inside there. These were dollar store paints. So there's like just no name paints. And then this light blue one. Hey, Deanna. This light blue one was the Prima chalkboard paint in egg blue. So those are the paints I used. So let me just put that over here for a second. And I know last time I used the Decor Crackle Decor on the box, and there was like just no crack at all on it. None. I suspect it's because of the metallic paint. I don't know. But I didn't get any crackle, which is unusual. So I went back to my old standby, which is this stuff, which is called Crack It. And I get this at my local... Oh, my camera's upside down. Oh, well. We'll do it that way then. I get this at my local hardware store, and it comes in a huge jar, and this jar lasts me at least a year. It is a bit more expensive. This was like $24, but it lasts me, like I said, a year or more. And every time I use this stuff, it works. I've never once had it not work. So this is my go-to crackle. Everybody's going to have something different that they like. This is the one that I like and that I use. I don't know if it's available in the US. It is made in Canada, packaged in Canada. Yeah. It is a Montreal, Quebec-based website because it's in French. So, yeah, you may not be able to get this in Canada, but I will put the link to this in my Angel Dream Crafts Facebook group later after the live if anybody's wanting to go to their website and check out if they can get it, because I do love this stuff. It's easy. You just put your paint down and then this on top of it. And I let these dry overnight, so they're nice and dry. Now, I don't use a heat gun on this at all. So that's what I'm using to crack it. So what are you up to, Deanna? How was the wedding, by the way? I saw some photos on Facebook. It looked like it was really fun and beautiful. And you did a beautiful job on those pieces you made, too. Excuse me. So I got some clay flower pots at the Wally World, and I have some plants that need transplanting, but I don't know if I'm going to use these for that. I think what I'm going to do with these is use these as Christmas gifts, and I'm going to put stuff inside. I'm going to finish painting the inside and then seal it and put some goodies on the inside and then wrap them up with like cellophane. I think that's what's going to happen with these, because I think they're just not going to, like, pink is not going to work in my living room. So I think that's what's going to happen with these. So I did, like I showed at the beginning, do one of these already that's cracked, just to show you the effect. Oh, I'm glad it was amazing. And these were like not expensive clay pots, and I love decorating clay pots. I used to do folk art on these when I did folk art many moons ago. So I'm just going to get these with the white paint on them while we're sitting here. And I'm using a meat tray for my paint. Tray, because it's a great way to, they work good for paint. And I'm just using the Decor Crafters acrylic paint in white. So that's what I'm using to go over. And then the crackle, as you can see, underneath will be the color of the pot. This is like a dark turquoise color. Yeah, I love the crackle effect too, Deanna. Okay. So I'll do this one first so you can kind of see. And then I'll show you the napkins I picked out. So you really want to load your brush up, because you don't want to go back and forth over the spot, because then you won't get as nice of a crackle. You kind of want to do it in one smooth stroke. So because there's a ridge on these pots, I do the top and then the bottom separately. So you just kind of want to do like one smooth stroke like that. You can go over it, but I wouldn't recommend doing too much of that. And you're going to see that this is going to crack really quickly. Of course, I can't paint a straight line to save my life, so these lines are going to end up being crooked. And someone's at my door. Yep. It never fails. Never fails. Every time I'm live, someone comes to my door. And it's always John. Yeah, that's true. He has good timing. All right, so you should be able to, yep, you can just barely see, maybe you can on camera. I don't know if you can or not, right there. You can see that it's starting to crack. But hopefully by the time we get back around to that, which we're almost there, you'll be able to see it. And then we'll do the top part separately. Now you could go in a different direction. I've done that, like I've gone this way. You don't have to keep going in the same direction. It doesn't matter. I need more paint. He does come every Tuesday, Deanna. Sorry, I had my paintbrush in my mouth. Every Tuesday. Well, more than Tuesdays, let's just say. But that's okay. John's like family. So this we're just going to kind of, go around. Put my hand inside the pot. I will be covered in paint before this is over, guaranteed. I'm not a neat painter. So we'll just do a couple of different strokes here. Down one way and then that way. There you can start to see it. Hopefully you can see that. It's coming. So we'll get started on the next one. We'll let that dry. I'm just going to do the top of the pot here just to finish it off. So this might be a two-parter. I was kind of thinking of, like, after I get these crackled and decoupaged, that I might decorate them as well. So I may do that next week. You know, add laces and pretty stuff to it. So that might happen next week. So it could be a two-parter, because I think once they're decoupaged and everything, they're going to be so pretty. And if you added some lace to it, I think it would be like really pretty. So this one, because it's an off-white and then a white, I don't know how much of that you'll see on camera, but we're going to do the whole thing here on this one, all the way down. And you'd want to try and load your brush up pretty good, so you only have to really make like that one stroke. It just makes the crackle come out better. I cannot paint a straight line. Let's do a few this way. I don't think it makes much difference which direction you paint in. As long as you get that other layer of paint on top so you can get your crackle. Yeah, that's starting to crack already too. Yeah, that stuff is so good, that cracking. I just love it. All right, and last but not least, and I already have a blob of paint on there, so we'll just go with it. I should do the top of that one. I don't remember if I got... Oh, did I miss a spot? No. It's hard to see on the beige. I don't remember if I put crackle on the very rim, but we'll just put the white on there to finish it off. Yeah, I think she is a bit better, yeah. Which is good. We're all happy about that. A little bit more. I do like this Decor Crafters acrylic paint. So I binged watched The Handmaid's Tale on the weekend. I know I'm behind the times, but I had not seen it. And have you seen it, Deanna? I did enjoy it, although I found the first, episodes uncomfortable because, being female and a feminist myself, I just, yeah. But I have to say, it was quite good. It was well written, even though as a female, it, bothered me a lot, but no. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat gun to these because they're still quite wet and I cannot do the decoupage till they dry. So, a little bit of heat gun just to sort of move it along. That won't take long to do. I need another show to binge watch. No, you've never seen it? Hey, Amy. It's very hard to watch if you're female, especially the first season. But if you stick with it, the writing is good. And I just finished the third season and I loved it. So I need something new to binge watch. It's about this, I've never seen the Great British Baking Show. I know you watch that. Some nice crackles on the pink. So the thicker you put your stroke of paint on, the bigger the cracks, I find, with this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to set these ones just over here, and we'll work on the other one first, just so they can sit for a few minutes. So I'm going to use some napkins that are in my Etsy. And I picked out these ones, which we'll show that way. These are the ones I picked out. Cheers. I haven't seen that in ages. So I picked out these ones for these particular, I just thought they were pretty. I love this one and that one. So I think for this one, I'm going to use this one, the Angels. And I'm going to use Amy's technique with the saran wrap. I finally remembered the saran wrap, Amy. So let me peel the backing off of these. These are only 2-ply napkins, which I like. because it's less of a pain in the butt to peel them, but you do have to peel them. So, and you get 4 images per napkin. So let me get rid of that. Let me just cut this square here. And I may end up using 2 of the images on here. We'll see. Probably it'll be 2. And the thing I like about napkins and crackle is it just makes it look so nice. Yeah, there's lots of good crack on there now. Lots of good crack. Yeah, I love the napkins too. So when I'm doing this type of thing, I always want to find like what's my front and what's my back. And I think this is going to be the front because that's where most of the crackle is. So I kind of want them to be like there. So I'm guessing, Amy, you put the Mod Podge on first, then you lay your image on, and then you use the Saran Wrap to smooth it. I believe that's how Amy does it. Let me clean my brush here. Oh my gosh, my YouTube is super slow. There we go. No, not exactly. Oh, okay. So that should work. Well, let's hope. Because I couldn't remember if that's how you did it or not. But do I put the Saran Wrap on top of the napkin first and then put both of them on? And I'm using the Decor decoupage for this. The other thing about decoupaging on top of the crackle is it seals the crackle in so it doesn't flake off. So you want to really smush that on there. Okay. All right, let me get my piece of Saran Wrap here. Now, this does have a lip on it, so hopefully I won't mess it up. I really hate Saran Wrap, though. It always sticks. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be wrinkles. And I didn't get the whole napkin, so we're just going to go underneath it now. But they're so thin that if you don't, it'll just soak in anyway. And I'm definitely going to have to use 2 of these because there's quite a space at the back. And then we'll just trim off the bottom. But that came out pretty good. And hopefully the crackle will show through. I think it will. I kind of see it already. You probably can't on camera, but I can. So there's the first one. Aw, that was nice of her. Now, because the napkin is wet, I'm hoping it's just going to kind of peel off the bottom here. But it may not. I don't want to rip it, so we're just going to give it a rough cut. And then we'll just podge down the bottom. And these would also be nice if you put them like on in your crafty space. You could put your tools in them. But yeah, that's pretty. So let's get another one and do the other side now. Should be more than enough with 2 of these, I would think. Okay. Oh, it's a messy job today. Oh, there were leftover centerpieces. Nice. Okay. So let's try that again. Yeah, that's going to leave a bit of a space, but we can just kind of fill that little, see, it's going to leave this little space here, but I'll just fill that in with a leftover napkin or something. Oh, that feels like it's going to go on wrinkly, but I think we're going to have to go for it. Hang on a second. I'm doing this upside down. Let's try it with the saran wrap. See how we get along. It might have a wrinkle in it, this side, but that's okay. Yep, it's going to have a wrinkle. How do you get yours on so smooth, Amy? It's not bad. Let me just trim that a little bit. It's really hard when the bottom is a little smaller than the top. Hey, Debbie, how are you? I hear you won a challenge, Debbie. Congratulations. All right, so that little spot that I need to cover there, we'll just use a little piece of napkin here, I guess, just to fill it in. You just want to cover the crackle. Doesn't have to match or anything. So how are things in Florida, Debbie? Still hot? Oh, I probably stuck that to my table. Okay, so it does have a line, but that's okay. That's what it looks like. And when it's fully dry, you are going to be able to see the crack underneath it. I can just start to see it up here, but you will see it, and I can see it a bit on her face, but it's got to completely dry before you see the crackle through it. So that's that one. And there's the other side. And then I just patched a little piece to cover up, like right here, to cover up what was left on the pot. But super cute. So we'll let that one dry, and we will move on to another one here. We'll see how much time we have. Still got a half an hour. We'll move on to the next one. So do you want blue, cream, or pink next? You guys decide which one you want next. I bet Amy says pink. So we'll just go with the pink. And we're going to use this napkin for the pink. I got to adjust my camera so it's not upside down next time. I know it's a silly question. I should know better. But I love this napkin because it has the Eiffel Tower, it has the script, it has the beautiful lady. So this is one of my favorites that I have in my Etsy. I love it. Just let me get myself situated here. Throw out the bits of the other napkin. And straighten out my saran wrap because I should be able to use this again. Okay, just put that there for a minute. All right, so we're going to peel off the back of this one. These would be super cute with Christmas like napkins on them, and then you could fill them with like those glass balls, you know, and you could put them on your mantle. Another great use for clay pots. I mean, clay pots are so versatile that you could use them for anything. Okay, I'll get this peeled. Yep, I will. Fingers aren't working. There we go. Okay, so we're going to need to... Ooh, this one's much thinner. Let's cut this. Wow, what a difference. This one's very thin. So you'll probably see quite a bit of crackle through this one. Not sure if you can see how thin that is. It's much, much thinner than the other one, which is great for decoupage. Let me just make sure this pink pot is completely dry before I podge it. No, it's not. It's got a little wet spot. Heat gun. These would also make good pin cushions for your stick pins. I could do that with one of these maybe next week. So I'll think about what to do with them for next week's class. It's just that one little spot there. Okay, that's better. Alrighty, on to podging. Go over there. Okay. Now I want to know what Amy's painting. Okay, so again, you want to pick which side you want for your front and back. Even though you're covering it, I want lots of crackle to show through, so I'm going to use this side here as my front because there's quite a bit of crackle there. And I'm hoping that really comes through when we decoupage. Okay, so now I have to face it my way just to lay this down properly. Okay, stay put. So I want her there. And then we use the saran wrap. Oh, you can already see the crackle through on her back. That looks cool. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off some of this excess. And then we will Mod Podge this down. Yeah, this one's going to be really nice. Because this napkin is particularly thin, you'll really be able to see the crackle through it. So I like it. What are you working on, Debbie and Deanna? Anything exciting? pretty. I like that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. What are you painting, Amy? All right, so now we're going to do the other side. Oh, yeah, sorry, stick pins. Duh. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Sorry. Clearly, I need more. Okay. Let's get her on here. Nope, want her down a little lower. And saran wrap. Well, I do like using the saran wrap method, Amy. Give it a trim. I'm just trimming off all the excess here. Oh, don't stick. Save those little bits for filling in. Pretty much that covered the whole thing. It's a little spot there to cover. You're cutting up the dress you wore at the wedding. Well, that's what crafters do. I have my dress that I wore to my daughter's wedding in 2010. And I've never worn it since. It's been sitting in my closet. And I've been contemplating it. And I think it's going to have to happen. If you can cut it like a week after, Deanna, then I should be able to do it 9 years after, right? I do love the dress, though, but I'll never wear it again. It's too fancy. And my oldest daughter is engaged now. But when she gets married, she wants to have like a costume theme, you know, like a costume party, because she wants to get married on Halloween. So I can't even wear it to that. So, oh, do not fall over. It's okay. My hands are not working too well today by the looks of it. So there's that. And I have one little spot. Where is it now? Right there to fill in. So we're just going to take a little tiny piece of the script and fill that in. I like that one. And I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you look at her shoulder right here, you can start to see some of the crackle coming through. Don't know if that's getting picked up or not, but I really love that one. So that's 2. All right. All right. So do we want to do the blue one or the beige one? So we did those 2. You know, I used to wear skirts and like sandals all the time. Mary, how are you? Deanna said blue. All right, blue it is. So then we'll go with this one. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood, isn't it, Mary? And these do take a while to dry too. Like I would leave these for the whole day before I did anything with them, I think, just to let the Mod Podge cure. So that's why I'm thinking if I just get the Mod Podge today, then next week we can figure out what to do with them. Maybe do a pin cushion in one or decorate them or something. This one, okay, this angel napkin is 2-ply. So you got to make sure you get both layers off. Which I know everybody here knows how to Mod Podge. But in case somebody's watching the replay and doesn't know. Yeah, when it's really hot outside, a sundress is nice because it's loose. Okay, so this one has little cherubs with love letters. It's so adorable. Yep, I just crackled some terracotta pots, Mary, and I showed the brand of crack, which you can probably get at Home Hardware if you're wanting it. That's where I got it from. But I don't know if you can get it in America. But I just got it at Home Hardware in Halliburton. And I know you know where that is. Hey, Joyce. That's okay, sweetie. I'm always late too, Joyce, so to things. So let's see. I think this will be the front. So I'll just slather it up with some Podge. Slather it up. And we will put our little cherubs on. Well, let's do it that way. That one's going to be super cute. I think it's time for a new piece of saran wrap. That one's getting sticky. But I got almost 3 pots out of 1 piece of saran wrap, so that's not bad. How are you doing today, Joyce? Okay, let's trim the bottom. And when you're putting on something this thin, you really got to be careful not to overwork. And trust me when I tell you this, because I do it a lot. If you overwork your napkin with the wet, it'll start to disintegrate and fall apart. And I've done that on numerous occasions. So you want to just get it and, don't overdo it. So there's that one. I love the little cherubs. You're babysitting a dog? Ooh, what kind of puppy? Okay, so now we'll do this side. I probably should have taken my saran wrap off the roll first, but I'm going to have to maybe skip that because I don't have a third hand. And that side's wet, so I can't put this down. So we're just going to podge it. Let's swap hands. It's a good thing I'm ambidextrous. Let's cut that right there. And then we're going to put that right here and fill that spot in. I love Scotty dogs. There, that one went on pretty good. Cute. Okay, last one. The last one is going to be these little cherubs, which I love. These ones. Oh my gosh, wow. Yep. Okay, this one doesn't want to peel. So give me a sec here till we get these off. Is this a 2-ply or a 1-ply? Might be a 2-ply. I can't tell. Maybe not. Well, see, this one is much thicker than that lady one that we had before. This is a much thicker napkin, and there's not another ply there. So it's strange. It just depends on the napkin if it's thick or not. So we'll cut 2 of these. And the good thing about napkins is because there's 4 images, you get lots you can get out of it. Okay. So get rid of that. And let's get my saran wrap out before I start Mod Podging when it's difficult. Okay, just stay there. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see if we can find a good... Yeah, it's very hard to see the crackle on this one with the beige. But I feel like that might be the spot there. Because this napkin is a lot thicker, I don't know if you'll see the crackle through this one. We'll see. It'll still be super pretty though. Oops, I just got Mod Podge on the napkin. Yay, Kim, way to go. There. Okay. I'll put that up a little bit higher so I can get all 3 of those cherubs in. All right, and then saran wrap. Yeah, this definitely is a thicker napkin. You can really feel the difference on this one. Okay, let me chop this one here so I can stick it down. Is anybody watching any good shows right now? I need a new show to watch. besides the Great British Bake Off. Okay, Amy. Okay, so there's that one. That'll be very pretty. It looks like a vase almost, very old world, that napkin. All right, so let's do the other side. And then we can let these dry. And I'll check the first one I did. And I'm probably going to have to patch this one a little bit. I don't think that other napkin's going to quite fit there. Okay. Yeah, it is cool. I'll just save these pieces to fill in the spots. Okay. So you can see these are fairly simple to put together, but it's another great way to use up all the napkins that you have. I love Mod Podging things. Okay, let's fill in that one little spot there. Use this just little colorful flower bit here. I think they would make really cute pin cushions. I mean, they're large, but, well, they're not that large, but, you know, if you're like me and you sew a lot, then you want a big pin cushion anyway, you know? Okay, let's podge that side. So there we go. So that is my 4 pots. Hi, Karen. How are you? We're just finishing up. So let's see here. Can we kind of see this one a bit more now? You can really start to see the crackle on her cheek there, right there, coming through. And again, the more this dries, the more intense that will become. You can see it on her cheek there. And it gives you the effect that it was painted right on here by hand, and then over years it's cracked, of course. And that's the cool effect that I like with napkins and crackle. I think it looks really neat together. You can see up here at the top, there's a bunch of crackle too coming through. So that's the first one that we did. And then Our Lady, which she's still got to dry, but there is some crack coming through on her back there, on her shoulder, right there. But I love this one because I love the script and I love the Eiffel Tower. So there's her. Hi, Helen. And then there's our little cherubs. This one is still quite wet, so you're not going to see too much. You can see a little bit up here. Sweet little cherubs. And then this one we just did, which you probably won't see too well. There we go. So I don't know, because this one was ivory undercoat, the crackle, and then white. I don't know, because this was a thick napkin, if you'll see any crackle come through on this one, but we'll find out when they all completely dry. But I have a feeling you're not going to see much crackle on this one. But that's okay. I think it looks really pretty just the way it is. These napkins are available, excuse me, in my Etsy store, Karen. I have an Etsy and I can give you the link. And I also have rice paper that you can decoupage with. Oops, that's not it. Never mind. Let me get that was my other thing I cut and pasted. 1 second. I'll get it. Copy. So there's the link to my Etsy, Karen. If you click on that, you can get all the napkins in there. I have quite a big selection of napkins and rice paper. So are you, my friend. Everyone in here is a maker of beautiful things. You all inspire me. So I'm going to let these dry for today. And next week, we're going to finish these. I'm going to alter them somehow. Like I said, there's all kinds of things you can do with these. The angel ones you could use at the holiday season and just fill them with like glass baubles. They'd be pretty. You could make a topiary tree, and this could be the base. You could make a pin cushion. You can fill them with goodies and give them as a gift, wrap them up in cellophane and make it all pretty. Or you could keep them in your crafty space and put your tools in them. Like, there's tons of uses for beautiful altered clay pots like this. So I hope you guys will give these a try, and next week we'll figure out what to do with them. So that's it for right now, guys. Thanks everybody for being here, and it was nice to meet you, Karen. I don't think we've met before, so I'll go over and check out your channel. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.